This AI tool will take your idea and create a complete book, complete with design, images, layout. This AI tool will take
Hi, I'm George Herbert with Epiphan Video, and today I want to show you how to get up and running with Pearl 2, our 4K live video production system. We'll give you a full demo of setting up Pearl 2 and give you a few tips along the way of how to get the most out of your video production. What makes Pearl 2 unique is that it's a complete all-in-one system. With only one Pearl 2, you can do all of your encoding, switching, streaming, and recording. You can have up to 6 cameras or video sources connected and doing live switching between them. All the while, you can be broadcasting multiple live streams and recording everything. This is a very powerful piece of equipment. We've designed Pearl 2 to fit into any production. And to that end, there are 3 models to choose from: the rack mount, the rack mount twin, and the original portable version. All 3 models share the same functionality. So now you know what they look like. Let's go see it in action. Note speaker on stage, accompanied by a presentation on the big screen. We'll have 2 cameras focused on the speaker, and the audio mixer is taking in the mic and the room sound. All of this is being input into Pearl 2, where it'll be mixed, recorded, and streamed to YouTube. Pearl 2 will be the backbone of this setup in ensuring everything goes off without a hitch. Today we have our 2 cameras connected via SDI and our presenter's laptop connected through HDMI. Our audio is coming through the mixer into the XLR port, but we could also use the audio from our camera feeds if we wanted to. To ensure you get distortion-free audio, we've added gain control with plenty of headroom, so you should be fine no matter what audio you're given to work with. Once everything's connected, we can monitor our video on the touchscreen and verify the audio feed using headphones connected to the front-mounted jack. We still have some work to do to set this up to be a really professional production. For that, we need to go into Pearl 2's admin panel using a web browser. Here we can customize virtually any aspect of our encoding, streaming, and recording settings. Here's a few really interesting features I want to go over. First up, let's make some layouts so we can present our video in the best possible way. Using the layout designer, I can scale, resize, and combine my video sources to make virtually any layout imaginable. I can also add company branding and images. So I've got a few layouts I like now. One picture-in-picture, a few single camera shots with branding overlaid, and an intro screen, which is just an image uploaded to Pearl 2's media library. Now, a little side note about one of the benefits of 4K capabilities of Pearl 2. Obviously, we expect that people will want to capture, stream, and record 4K video, but capturing in 4K also gives you the freedom to crop and compose multiple HD layouts from one wide 4K shot. So you could have one 4K camera and do switching between your cropped layouts to give the impression that you're a multi-camera shoot. It's a pretty cool feature. Back to our setup. We'll stream our event to YouTube at 720p at 1.5 megabit. Setting this up is very simple. Just copy and paste your stream name and URL from your YouTube channel, set your preferred encoding settings, and you're ready to go live. This works more or less the same way for any CDN or streaming server. We can choose to stream at whatever encoding setting we have the bandwidth for, even at 4K. I'm going to record everything onto Pearl 2's 500 gig SSD, including my final switched program where I'm switching between all of my different layouts. But I also want full-size ISO recordings of each of my connected video sources, so I have all the original high-res footage afterwards. To do that, I'll set up a few of what we call channels. On Pearl 2, a channel is kind of like a container where you can configure every detail about your streaming, recording, and output settings. We'll set up one channel for our final switched program and other channels to capture high-res ISOs of each connected video source. When it's time to go live, we have the option of doing our switching and monitoring on Pearl 2's touchscreen, where we even have a one-touch button to start streaming and recording. Or we can use Epiphan Live, our browser-based controller, which gives you your essential switching, streaming, and recording controls in a really intuitive layout, and with the flexibility of doing it from wherever you choose. One other feature I haven't told you about yet is the HDMI video outputs on the back of Pearl 2. These can be used to send your video anywhere. You may want a larger display at the front of house, or you may want a larger program monitor. Either way, it's yet another tool for you to create better video productions using Pearl 2. When your event is over, we know you'll want to offload your footage as soon as possible. We've made this simple by offering automatic file upload, which allows you to transfer your recorded files to connected USB drive or a networked file server. So that's a really quick demo of Pearl 2 to show you how you can get the most out of your live event production. If you'd like to see a custom demo where we can go over how Pearl 2 can work with your recording and streaming needs, visit our website.
Today I used the Epiphan Pearl 2 for the first time, and it was a pleasure to use. It was really easy to set up through the web-based interface. That was really nice to use. It was also nice and easy to switch because it was a self-contained unit. You know, we added on a competence monitor, but we didn't have to. I had everything I need in one nice box. The difference between using the Pearl 2 and other devices I've used in the past is really its interface. It's really nice, it's easy to understand, and within a couple minutes, I was already running. It was even easy to pull in our laptop audio source and video source. One of the things I'd like to see happen more in live stream is engagement. And I think the Pearl 2 is actually the perfect device for that because we're able to bring in multiple sources. So a lot of people are coming to us and they're saying, how do we do a live stream that's better than a cell phone? You can increase the value of what you're doing substantially just by having two cameras. Now that the technology is there, we can really start to think about how are we having engagement.
Imagine the merging of trusted intelligence into a unified experience. Imagine collaboration amongst teams and across continents. Imagine an empowered ecosystem inspiring actionable insights. That's the Connect effect.
Dan here at Epiphan Video, and I'm going to show you the basics of using chroma keying with Pearl 2. As with all Pearl 2 features, we've really focused on simplicity. In fact, using chroma keying on Pearl 2 is really a snap. And I must say it's also a lot of fun. All right, let's get to it. Applying a chroma key only takes a few moments. When creating a layout, select a source and click the box Enable Chroma Keying. Then use the eyedropper tool to select the color you'd like to key out.
You can adjust your key using the threshold and blend values.
I'd recommend placing your underlying matte before doing this, so you can see a real-time preview of the result. You can use an image file or a video source as your matte. Once you've refined your key, you can preview the result in your web browser. There are lots of creative and useful ways you can use chroma keys. Aside from green screen, you could use titling software such as Nublu FX to create animated lower thirds or other on-screen graphics. Alternatively, you could even use PowerPoint to achieve a similar result. Although incredibly simple to use, Pearl 2 gives you the same functionality as traditional upstream and downstream keyers. To learn more about the feature, you can visit our website. We've included a link in the video description below. Until next time, so long.
Welcome to our live stream this morning. I'm David Kirk with Epiphan Video. I head up our marketing group, and I got George Herbert here with me, who leads our technical support and training group. This morning we want to make a big announcement. We're launching a brand new product. It's called Pearl 2, and this is it right here in front of me. I'm going to talk a little bit about what this product is. It is a live switcher. It is a streaming and recording box, and it's meant to be really an all-in-one. Take it into a venue and do your live production from anywhere. And so I'm going to let George walk through some of the detailed features of the box. This is brand new today, launching on our website in the next hour or so. And so we'll fill you in on some of the details.
Right. As Dave mentioned, Pearl 2 is a standalone all-in-one device for live production, recording, streaming. The advantage with Pearl 2 is we can capture 6 video inputs, create multiple output streams, do recording simultaneously. We also have video outputs for larger monitoring, for confidence monitoring, or to pass on to other systems. Some of the big advantages of a standalone box is that we can do customized layouts for live switching. We can do scaling on the box, as well as cropping control and a number of other features that give us a lot of advantages in a live production scenario.
Yeah, and there are a few different ways you can control this box in a live scenario or even in an installed scenario. We've got a full API that you can integrate into whatever control system you have today. Of course, we've got a web UI that's built into Pearl 2 itself, so you can control through that. And then, of course, there's a touch screen on the front that allows you to do confidence monitoring, some live switching, starting your streaming and recording. All of those basic functions are all available right on the touch screen. And then we've got a mobile-friendly web interface that you can use on your tablet or your phone that gives you access to those same kind of controls to be able to do that confidence monitoring or switching and all of those kind of functions.
So with the flexibility of the different inputs, the methods of control, it means that we can see Pearl being used in a lot of different use cases. Live event production is obviously a big one, and extremely flexible with Pearl 2 as a lightweight standalone box. Yeah. But that also carries over into a lot of different other scenarios. Education, user experience labs, enterprise scenarios with corporate video production and so on. It means that there's a lot of areas that can be touched by Pearl 2.
Yeah, and this product is brand new for us, but of course it is based on a previous product that we've had out for almost 2 years on the market now, which was Pearl. And so when we look at Pearl 2 versus Pearl, there are a number of very major upgrades that we've added into the box for this release. So first and foremost, a new Intel processor inside here that's much beefier than what was in the original Pearl. And of course, to take advantage of that, we've added 4K capability to this box. So we've got 4K encoding and capture, 4K output and streaming. So that's both on the HDMI side as well as the SDI side. So we've got 12G SDI that can bring in your 4K, or you can bring it in over HDMI. So that 4K capability is a real big add to this box, and we see people doing that. We've had a lot of people asking for just a very simple scenario where they've got maybe a production like this. They might have some slides, they might have some live people on camera. They want to switch between those two and then stream and record that, and Pearl 2 can do that easily. In other cases where you've got 4 HD streams, so your sources aren't 4K, but you got 4 of them to contend with, and you want to multi-view them all together into one larger 4K output, and Pearl 2 can handle that one also. Another case we've seen, which is really interesting, is taking a 4K base shot, so a wide shot of your set, and then cropping out HD portions of that. So getting 1080p or 720p segments of that big 4K frame, and switching between those live to make it look like you've got a multi-camera setup when really you're operating with one 4K camera and the switching based in Pearl 2. More and more we're finding in meeting rooms and large event venues and things, 4K is really becoming the new equipment standard. It's not everywhere yet, but we are running into it more and more. And one of the things we did with Pearl 2 was to ability to bring that signal in, but also scale it in hardware. So the case where you're walking into a scenario where you need HD or you need to record and stream at 720 or full HD, but what you're being presented at the venue is 4K signals, you need to be able to deal with that. And instead of having a separate scaler, you can bring those directly into Pearl 2, and we'll scale them in hardware and bring them down to 1080, and then you can just process them as you would any other HD signal.
It is designed to be a very professional box with all those features Dave was mentioning, along with audio features. We have XLR inputs for audio, so we can bring in professional level audio signals, but we do also have some auxiliary audio inputs using RCA jacks for more standard audio signals to come from an MP3 player or a laptop. So a lot of flexibility there. We also have integration. Dave mentioned the APIs earlier. We also have hardware RS-232 ports on the back of Pearl 2 to integrate with those APIs. We also have some programmable blocks that will be enabled later for custom integrations. And a lot of different inputs. We talked about some of the 4K HDMI, standard HD HDMI, 12G SDI. So all told, there are 6 video inputs on Pearl 2, and we can capture HD across all of those. They all are digital inputs. At this day and age, digital is the video inputs, just the HDMI and SDI digital signals. It is a very rugged box. Everything is made out of a high quality metal, designed to be road ready, offload recorded content. And so that gives us a lot of power and flexibility for dealing with that content we create.
Yeah, perfect. So as we mentioned at the top of the stream here, this is a brand new product. It's being announced today. It will be on our website today, so you can find out a whole lot more details, brochures, manuals, all that kind of stuff will all be up there, so you can go digging for all the details that George has mentioned and more. It is available for order now as well, so we're ready to sort of start getting these out the door. We're into production with these, and we have a live studio here in our Ottawa office, and George operates that studio and is able to give you a custom demo. So if you'd like to see a lot more of those features and you want to get sort of a hands-on demo where we'll be the hands and you be the eyes, we'll show you everything about the box, you can contact us just at info@epiphan.com and request a demo for Pearl 2. We'd be happy to show you a whole lot more of what this little box can do.
Absolutely. So we did have a few questions that were submitted ahead of time from some of our people who saw the announcement kind of a few days in advance. One of the first questions, and this definitely comes from someone who is an existing Pearl customer, does it come with a case?
H.264 is the